We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support here above the 420 area, but breaking through key support levels in today's volatility. And it wasn't the only stock experiencing it, but our SPY bot at 10:10 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside, pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 400% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see it popping up there within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support here. And we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow and what's going on with the inflow versus outflow and bull and bear indicators. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run today was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on or receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run today was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot at 10:10 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside, pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. And as you see it popping up there within the screen, within the options chain, some options even went higher than that. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area to the dip area last Friday, continuing down the red bars and coming back up to dark green bars and hitting the dip area once again here as it broke through support of the 425 area in the last 2 days and in today's trading day. Now, if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under multiple bull and bear indicators in the last 2 days. Lots of volatility here and trying to double bottom here in the 425 area in the second half yesterday. And it went ahead and retested the highs from yesterday in today's pre-market, and quickly went ahead and rejected it up here at around the 428.50 area. We talked about that resistance, and then the support of the day was 424.50, and if that got broken through, we would test new support levels. And here we are heading towards the 420 area and fighting to stay above it here in today's volatility and after hours, right? It's been under a bear indicator since the 427 area on the 30-minute chart. And also on the 1 hour, we had been under a bear indicator since way up here at 429.50. If it didn't go ahead and brought itself back up to it, to retest it and eventually cancel out this bear indicator with a bull indicator, it would quickly try to retest the support levels that we talked about in yesterday's video, starting off with 424.50 and then down towards 423 and the 420 area. And here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition on the 1 hour from the rip area to the dip area, right? The last time it did that was way up here when it was around the 450 area and came all the way down to the 425 area, try to bounce off of it, back up to 430s and rejected so far, and fighting here to try to get itself back above the recent support of 422.28. That's one of the lowest points that we've seen in the last drawdown of the last several days and weeks. And here we are testing 420. Will it break through 420 or will it bounce back up from here and start to transitions back up from a dip area back up to a rip area, as you see here in this example, right? From white with red borders, followed by a bull indicator and dark green bars, bright green bars in the process, right? But right now, a bear indicator is dominating in the bigger picture, and in the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see how quickly things rejected here in the day's volatility, right? At the open, it started to try to run back up towards 426.50, rejected it, and came back down, got a bear indicator at 425, and hit lows here of the day of 420.50, 420.40 area, right? And it's trying to bounce up and hold itself up above 421 in the after hours. And the question mark is, could this bear indicator from up here and this one go ahead and officially get canceled and those areas get retested, right? Because this one got canceled in the volatility, but could it break through 425 and come back up to retest the 427.50 area where this bear indicator popped up, right? So those are the things we're going to break down in today's video. What's going on with the inflow versus outflow and the key levels I would watch. And I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflows now in today's video. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, under with these outflows dominating, right? All the way down here, hitting lows of negative 6.42. You could see it there. It crossed over in the pre-market on the 30-minute, but in the second half of the day, as it tried leveling off here and bouncing back up so far, these inflows have picked back up to negative 1.29. And this is going to be crucial and critical to not ignore. I'm going to be watching this very closely if these inflows can go ahead and cross back over to start to reflect any further strength into these charts on the 30-minute. And if we zoom out and look at the 1 hour, we could go ahead and see here how the outflows cross back down, right? In that second half of the day, they crossed over towards the end of it and in today's pre-market, but into the opening bell, these outflows crossed over on the 1 hour, continue the transition down to the dip area and hit the lows here of negative 6.08 so far. And it's some of the lowest levels of outflows that we've seen in the last several days and weeks. And it's leveled off. So it's going to be crucial and critical for this to come back up, switch from red to green, and head towards the midpoint. Now, in the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see how outflows dominated all day. But in the second half, in the after hours, it is back above at 0.06, and it's going to be crucial and critical for this to pull upwards to start reflecting strength into these charts and eventually get bull indicators in the process on multiple time frames, right? So what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing is support, guys, and that is the 420 area. If that gets broken through, I'll be watching the 417 to 415 area, and if these outflows start to pull back down on the 15-minute within the volatility and to the upside, as I stated, these inflows need to push higher. I'll be watching if that could start to reflect into these charts, get a bull indicator in the process, and start those transitions back up and try to roll that strength over into the 30-minute, cross over these inflows above the midpoint to start dominating again, reflecting that strength into these charts. And the first resistance is the 425 area. Then above that is 427.50. And if that gets broken through, then comes the 430 area. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial. I would not ignore these inflow versus outflows as they're really close to the midpoint here on the 30-minute and on the 15-minute, but slightly above. It needs to continue pushing up higher to possibly reflect strength into these charts. And I would not ignore that in the volatility of the 15-minute, and if it could roll that strength over into the 30-minute as well. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.